Welcome to this month's Art Talk. Each month, Julie Schumer and I chat about what's going on in our art businesses. And I first wanted to just tell everybody happy Thanksgiving in the States. We hope you guys have an awesome week with friends or family. This time of year, I know for me, I walked into the studio this morning. It's a hot mess. This is the kind of year, this is the time of year where I start cleaning things up. What do I have going on? Where am I? What am I doing? Just kind of assessing everything because the end of the year's coming and I really need to kind of get my ducks in a row for next year. And I don't want to be like all disorganized in the studio and in my business office and that sort of thing. So I'm in kind of a tidy up mode right now.
As am I.
Yeah.
Hey,
What are you doing?
well, my studio is actually pretty orderly because I just moved into it a few weeks ago. So there hasn't been a sufficient amount of time for me to really mess it up. But I'm starting to look at, do I want to do big orders of supplies at the end of the year and kind of stock up? Can I think of a better way to organize like all my collage papers, which are, are in a terrible state of disorganization? I have a bunch of bins, but they're not like organized by subject or like all cardboard or all canvas or all paper. So I have to figure that kind of thing out.
Right.
Uh, I'm thinking about what direction I want my work to take next year,
Mhm.
how I'm going to finish off the year. Usually at the end of like maybe the last week, I do a lot of furious painting, like even over New Year's Eve. That's my pattern generally. So we'll see, where that goes this year.
Wow.
But also at home in the office, I'm starting to organize my computer for 2025, make new folders,
Mhm.
look at all the paperwork and organize that, start thinking about taxes,
Yep.
and what I need to do for that. I mean, it's all a lot of busy work, but you kind of have to do it. I'm also planning, what jury shows do I want to enter? I'm going to do a big gallery push in the spring, over the winter and the spring. So that has to get organized. There's a lot of things, and it seems like the end of the year is a good time to start putting some of that in motion.
Yeah.
Especially on cold winter days and nights, here in Santa Fe, where one doesn't want to get out of their pajamas and go to the studio because it's too cold.
Yeah, no, it's actually cold. Well, for Florida, it was like 54 this morning, which felt freezing.
You poor thing.
But I think it's good to take stock of the year, like
Mhm.
where have you been? And I like to look back at the images of my work from the year.
Oh, absolutely.
And so that's something I'm starting to do. And I can see like I was a little bit all over the place for a while because I've been experimenting more this year. I felt like I had a little bit more space in my schedule, which I love. And I want to make sure, for next year I have that space as well. So, the work is developing a little bit in a different direction. And I'm thinking about, where do I want it to go for next year? And also, applying to shows and all of that. So, next year is really like so close, which is both exciting and kind of terrifying,
Right.
to get ready for. But I think this is the right time to start thinking about it.
Especially, business organization and the whole tax issues and all that. You
Mhm.
don't want to really start doing that in January necessarily, because then you're going to be spending too much time on that and not enough on your artwork. So that's why I kind of start early, like now,
Yeah.
get that all together.
Yeah. It makes it a lot easier,
Mhm.
for sure.